Hello. In the next 45 minutes, my colleague Simon Serowy and we will give you a brief overview of a part of the Horizon Europe Research Framework Program. Specifically, we will talk about Cluster 5, Climate, Energy and Mobility, or more precisely, we are only going to talk about the opportunities in the energy sector of Cluster 5 of Horizon Europe. To get a better feel for this ambitious funding program, I will start with a political overview, and then my colleague and we will dive into the chapters on batteries, energy supply, and energy use. And finally, Simon will give you a very brief overview of the two partnerships, the Clean Energy Transition Partnership and the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. When you start looking for funding for your specific project idea in the energy sector, you will find that there are a multitude of funding opportunities not only in your country, but all over the world. This is obviously very confusing. So with Horizon Europe, we are in the middle, the level between the international programs and the national and regional funding programs. Because of this complexity, most of the participating countries, especially the European member states, support their applicants by setting up contact points for specific programs. In our case, we are the national contact point in Germany for Horizon Europe Cluster 5, Climate, Energy and Mobility, but we are also the NCP for the new energy part in the small LIFE program, the so-called sub-program LIFE Clean Energy Transition. In this program, projects are funded that are closer to the market than those in Horizon Europe. So if you want to know more about LIFE, just contact us under the same address. If we now zoom in on Horizon Europe, it is the largest research and innovation funding program in the world, and of course, it is a political and strategic program. This means that Horizon Europe is embedded in a bouquet or a bundle of international and European agreements and regulations. You have to look at these political aspects as a guiding principle for all the activities in this program. I am sure you have heard of the European Green Deal, and you are probably also aware of Repower EU, the European plan to rapidly reduce dependence on Russian fossil fuels and accelerate the green transition, just to name a few. At the level of Cluster 5 Climate, Energy and Mobility, the main driver, the main objective is to accelerate the green and digital transformation and the associated transformation of the European economy, industry and society, with the aim of achieving climate neutrality for Europe by 2050. This includes specific targets which are listed here. When writing a proposal, please make sure that you are aware of the relevant policies and politics and the strategies, and that you explain sufficiently how your project will contribute to the European goals. The overall legal basis for Horizon Europe has been adopted for the period 2021 to 2027 and is set out in writing in the Horizon Europe Framework Programme. While the legal basis and policy priorities of the Framework Programme cover the whole 7 years, the embedded strategic plan is divided into two phases to allow more flexibility. If you want to apply for funding, you should definitely be aware of the strategic plan with the key strategic orientations, the so-called KSOs, for each and every cluster. The publication of the next strategic plan has been announced for the first quarter of 2024. But before that, you should actually start reading at the most concrete level with the most concrete documents related to your interests. The so-called work program, which is with the very precise topics descriptions on what the EU Commission wants to see solved in the near future. We are currently in the second work program from 2023 to 2024. The next one is, of course, already in the pipeline. Unfortunately, I don't know the release date, but I think it will be around the second quarter of 2024. What I do know is that this structure relates to all aspects of Horizon Europe, and this leads me to show you where our Cluster 5 is located in the framework program. Some of you may already know that Horizon Europe consists of 3 pillars. Our area of expertise is in Pillar 2, where research and innovation projects are funded and where you will find the main funding budget for energy aspects in Horizon Europe. Of course, there are also energy-related funding opportunities in the other pillars, but with very different application requirements and rules than those we are presenting today. We try to put the specific rules for our Pillar 2 Cluster 5 all on one page here. First of all, the program is open to the world. This means all legal entities from all parts of the world can participate unless there are certain exclusion criteria, like at the moment with Russia. So always check if there are any exceptions. Participating does not automatically mean that all partners will receive funding. Of course, all member states and associated states, referred here as MS and AS, are eligible for funding, as well as third countries other than industrialized countries. This means, for example, the USA is not funded by this program. But of course, also with the USA, there are exceptions possible. I don't want to go into details, but clearly these exceptions have to be fully justified and they will be examined in detail in the evaluation phase. So the basic rule is that partners from industrialized countries can participate, but they will not be funded by Horizon Europe. Another very important rule for the project's consortia in Horizon Europe is a minimum number of at least 3 independent partners. One must be from a member state country and the other 2 have to be either from different member states or associated states. The most common type of actions that we encounter in Cluster 5 are listed here. There are the research projects, the RIAs. They cover the TRL level up to 5 and 6, which means that we are still in the laboratory area, technology validated or demonstrated in a relevant environment. The funding rate here is up to 100% on the direct costs for all eligible participants. A flat rate of 25% indirect costs is applied to each and all beneficiaries. The second type of funding action is the demonstration projects, the so-called innovation actions. These involve the demonstration of technologies in a real environment. The TRL level goes up to level 8, system complete and qualified, just before market entry. Because these projects are so close to the market, private partners receive between 60 and 70% of the direct costs, while public institutions still receive 100%. Please check the funding rate in the specific topic text to which you are applying. Finally, there are coordination and support actions, which can also be described as technology support actions, where the funding rate is also 100% for all applicants and single institution applications are sometimes possible. Let us move now to the current Cluster 5 work program. What you see here is more or less the table of contents of the work program for Cluster 5 with its 6 chapters, here called destinations. Today we are not going to look into destination 1, 5 or 6, which are the chapters on climate and mobility. Today we are going to focus on the energy-related destinations, which are destination 2, 3 and 4. Simon will give you an overview of Destination 2, which is mainly about batteries, and Destination 3, which is the chapter on energy supply. Then I will briefly show you the chapter on energy use in buildings and industry, which is Destination 4. Finally, Simon will give you a very brief overview of the Clean Energy Transition Partnership and the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. Simon, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, also from my side, and thanks for the kind introduction. As my colleague Priska told you, I will present to you Destination 2 and 3 of Cluster 5 in the next couple of minutes, and then I will hand over back to my colleague Priska, and she will present to you Destination 4 of the work program of Cluster 5. Afterwards, I will introduce you to the different co-finance and institutionalized partnerships under Cluster 5 in the field of energy, namely the Clean Energy Transition Partnership and the Clean Hydrogen. But now, without further delay, let's get straight into it. Let's start with Destination 2, Cross-Sectoral Solutions for the Climate Transition. As the title tells us, this destination covers areas that are cross-cutting by nature and can provide solutions for climate, energy, and mobility applications. In the field of energy, the most relevant activities are in the areas of batteries and of the emerging breakthrough technologies. This destination is complemented by cross-cutting topics, but in the upcoming call in 2024, there are no open calls in this specific area. Regarding the area on batteries, the European Commission aims at rapidly increase the European technology competitiveness in the global market of batteries, and at the same time, they want to invest in longer-term research for future battery technologies. That will enable the establishment of Europe as a long-term leader in the market. That means that in the field of research innovation, the whole value chain of battery technologies will be considered in the upcoming calls, with a special focus on the increasing technology performance and user attractiveness, new solutions for reuse and recycling, next generation of battery technologies, the accelerated growth of the battery manufacturing industry in Europe, the development of sustainable and safe technologies for decarbonization of mobile and stationary energy storage applications, and finally, alternative battery chemistries using non-critical raw materials. It is really important to know that the implementation of the battery calls in the work program of Cluster 5 are realized via the co-program partnership but for EU. This is a public-private partnership between the European Commission and the BEPA, the European Battery Association. They have elaborated a strategic research innovation agenda with specific objectives and priorities on the different battery technologies. And this is the basis and the background of the calls. So if you're interested in applying on a battery topic, you should know this background information and motivation for the calls for proposals and for the specific topics. For the upcoming call in 2024, there are two deadlines in the area of the batteries. The first deadline is on the 18th of April 2024. This call includes 4 topics, 3 research innovation actions and 1 innovation actions. For the innovation action, there is a reduced funding rate for private entities of 60%, and the finance model for this topic is a lump sum. So there you should be careful. The topics cover the area of advanced, sustainable and safe pre-processing technologies for end-of-life battery recycling. This is research innovation action up to GRL5. We have then the innovation action for non-lithium sustainable batteries with European supply chains for stationary storage. Next, we have the development of technical and business solutions to optimize the circularity, resilience, and sustainability of the European battery value chain. And finally, the development of material acceleration platform for sustainable batteries. The second deadline is on the 5th of September 2024. There we have 3 additional topics, 2 innovation action and 1 research and innovation action. The first topic is the sustainable high throughput production processes for stable lithium metal anodes for the next generation battery. Here we have the reduced funding, again a reduced funding rates of 60% for private entities. Next topic is the post-lithium ion technology and relevant manufacturing technologies for mobile applications. It's a research innovation actions. And finally, size and weight reduction of cells and packaging of battery systems, integrating lightweight and functional materials, innovative thermal management, and safe and sustainable by design approach. Coming to the next area of Destination 2. For the breakthrough technologies, the focus on the emergence of novel high-risk, high-return technologies that can enable zero greenhouse or even negative gas emissions in energy and transport, and the transition to a climate-neutral European Union economy. Here it is a technology-neutral and bottom-up approach. The call is more technology-based. That means we are in a low TRL range in the area of applied research, but the assessment of environmental, social, and economic impacts as well as regulatory needs should be also considered when relevant. We have in 2024 one call with one topic. It's the 18th, deadline is on the 18th of April, and it's in research and innovation action, of course. With this said, we are leaving destination 2 and coming to destination 3, the destination on sustainable, secure, and competitive energy supply. This destination includes activities that aim at a sustainable, secure, and competitive energy supply. In doing so, this destination aims to demonstrate credible ways to achieve impacts in the area of renewable energy technologies, in the area of energy system, grids and storage, and in the area of carbon capture utilization and storage. The area of renewable energy technologies considers the development of disruptive renewable energy technologies and deploying them from an early stage research, meaning from a low TRL level, to make them operational by 2050 on the one hand, and on the other hand, the improvement of major renewable energy technologies regarding efficiency, safety, and sustainable aspects, as well, of course, the cost reduction. Here, in this area, also improvement in the manufacturing process of renewable energy technologies, for instance, the use of digitization, were considered. The integration of renewable energy technologies across all relevant sectors, as well as the reduction of risk of the introduction of new and improved technologies, are in the focus of the upcoming calls. One important issue, also caused by the current geopolitical situation with the Russian aggression against Ukraine, is the energy independency and diversification of energy sources. The first deadline of the upcoming call is in the 16th of January 2024, so it's pretty close. There are 10 topics on different renewable energy technologies. The first one is the alternative equipment and processes for advanced manufacturing of PV technologies. It's an innovation action, followed by low power PV, also an innovation action. The third one is a demonstration of improved intermediate renewable energy carriers technologies for transport fuels, again an innovation action. The improvement of light harvesting and carbon fixation with synthetic, biologically and/or bio-inspired pathways for renewable direct solar fuels production. One topic on the development of carbon fixation technologies for biogenic flue gases, innovative application, integration of geothermal heating and cooling in industry applications, the development of hydropower equipment for improving techno-economic efficiency and equipment resilience in refurbishment situations. The next one is a demonstration of sustainable wave energy farms, a co-funded topic, African European Union co-fund action. This is a topic provided for program owners, so it's not interesting for normal application. And finally, the next generation of renewable energy technologies, and this is in research and innovation action. The second deadline is on the 25th of January 2025. There are additional 10 topics. Again, research innovation action and one coordination and support action. The first one is on digital tools for concentrated solar power. The next one is the development of next generation synthetic renewable fuel technologies. The next one is on biorefineries, one on ocean energy farms, then two PV topics, PV integrated electric mobility applications, and innovative community integrated photovoltaic systems, following by resource efficiency of PV in production use and disposal. The next one is on offshore wind farms, minimization of environmental and optimization of socioeconomic impacts in the development, operation, and decommissioning of offshore wind farms. And next one is a demonstration of innovative floating wind concepts. Finally, again, market uptake measures of renewable energy systems. Coming to the energy systems, grids, and storage. In this thematic area, the focus will be on the efficient integration of renewable energy systems and sector coupling. This area focuses mainly on the systematic aspects in order to improve the flexibility and resilience of the system. Keywords here are integrated energy system planning, consumer involvement and provision of new services and business models, as well as the integration of storage and the green digitization of the energy system. Therefore, also the development of cybersecurity and data protection tools will be considered in the upcoming calls. The areas of batteries and hydrogen, as partly mentioned already, are the focus of other topics and are only considered here in a broader framework of storage integration, flexibility, and grid services. In this area, we have in the upcoming call only one deadline again. It's on the 16th of January 2024, so it's pretty close again. This call includes 7 topics, research and innovation action against, starting with artificial intelligent testing and experimentation facilities. It's an innovation action. Then the second one is energy management systems for flexibility services, innovation action again. DC and AC/DC hybrid transmission and distribution systems, research innovation action, followed by condition and health monitoring in power electronics, research innovation actions. Then we have the high voltage AC and high voltage DC and high power cable systems. Coming to the area of storage in demonstration and innovative pump storage equipment and tools in combination with innovative storage management systems, innovation action. And finally is the development and integration of advanced software tools in SCADA systems for high, medium, and low voltage AC and DC hybrid systems. This is an innovation action again. Finally, we are coming to the last area of Destination 3, is the area of carbon capture, utilization, and storage. And the upcoming call, they are focused on the accelerated rollout of infrastructure for CCUS hubs and clusters, the cost reduction in the whole value chain, the development of new technologies and the establishment of demonstrators in this technology, the assessment of environmental impacts and risks, the considering the safety of storage and increasing social acceptance in these technology areas, and a topic on research for direct air capture and carbon storage, as well as bioenergy with carbon capture and storage technologies for CO2 capture. There's one deadline on the 25th of January 2025 on this call for CCUS with 2 topics, 2 innovation action, both are financed via the lump sum model. And the first one is on carbon capture utilization for the production of fuels. And the second one is on direct air capture and carbon storage and bioenergy with carbon capture and storage for CO2 removal or even negative emissions. With this said, I will hand over back to my colleague Priska, and she will present to you Destination 4, and after that I will speak about the partnerships.
Coming to Destination 4, energy use, this destination addresses activities that target the energy demand side, especially in buildings and industry. In the area of energy-efficient building stock, the focus is on developing an accurate understanding of building performance in Europe and on a building stock that effectively combines energy efficiency, renewable energy, and smart digital technologies. Please note that some topics are implemented in cooperation with the co-programming partnership Build for People. Please read the topic texts carefully, as these topics may have different page limits and/or slightly different funding rates. If in doubt, ask us. The area of industrial facilities is quite small, and as you can see later on, only one topic is open in 2024 about alternative heating systems in industry. This is due to the fact that most industry-related research is done in Cluster 4. The mentioned industry topic here at the end of the list has a deadline of 18 April next year, as do two building topics, one on the renovation process using prefabricated solutions and the other one on smart grid-ready buildings. All three are innovation actions, and the EU expects to fund 2 to 3 projects for each topic, with approximately 5.3 million euros EU contribution. The second call in Destination 4 has a deadline of 21st January 2025, and this is the call written in collaboration with the Build for People partnership, as this is a co-programmed partnership. There are 5 topics in this call. One research and innovation action addresses the introduction of robotics and automated solutions in the building sector, covering construction, renovation, and maintenance aspects. And the second research action focuses on life cycle design aspects. The remaining 3 innovation actions cover the industrialization of the deep renovation workflow, BIM-based processes and digital twins for better renovation. And finally, the last one deals with digital solutions to promote participatory design and management of buildings, neighborhoods, or districts. Now I hand over to Simon on the partnerships.
Thanks again, Priska. On this slide, I give you an overview of all partnerships belonging to Cluster 5. We already saw the focus of the call of the co-programmed partnerships concerning energy, the Build for People in Destination 4, and the batteries in Destination 2. In the following, I'd like to introduce you to the co-finance partnerships, Clean Energy Transition Partnership and Driving Urban Transition Partnership, as well as the institutionalized partnership, Clean Hydrogen. I will not introduce the other shown partnership initiatives which are belonging to the transport areas of Cluster 5. The co-funded or co-financed partnerships Clean Energy Transition is a partnership between the European Commission and member and associated states. On the German side, the federal government as well as the federal states of North Rhine-Westphalia and Saxony are member of these partnerships. The overall objective of the partnership is the accelerating of the energy transition by supporting transnational research cooperation, breaking down silos and going into sector coupling, and contributing to the implementation of the strategies and goals defined in the Strategic Energy Technology Plan, the SET Plan. Here you see that SET Plan presents the background and strategic framework of this partnership. The thematic areas are basically comparable with the areas in Cluster 5, but here the focus is on activities on applied research. The other co-finance partnership is the Driving Urban Transition Partnership, which emerged from the joint program initiative Urban Europe under Horizon 2020. The key priorities are transformation of the urban energy system, an integrated approach to greener cities and the transition to circular economy, and rethinking the urban spaces and mobility systems. And now coming to the institutionalized partnership, the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. This partnership is a successor of the partnership Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Joint Undertaking since the end of 2021. The members of the partnership are the European Commission and Hydrogen Europe Research from the private side. So it's a public-private partnership between these members. The total budget of the partnership for the 7 years of Horizon Europe is €1 billion by the European Commission for calls, and this will be complemented by additional €1 billion in-kind contribution by the private side. The overarching objectives of these partnerships are to improve the cost-effectiveness, reliability, quantity and quality of clean hydrogen solutions, to enable more efficient and cheaper hydrogen electrolyzers, and more cost-effective transport industrial applications. Furthermore, the partnership aims to accelerate the development of a European value chain for clean hydrogen technologies, and of course, the partnership contributes to the achievement of the objectives of the European hydrogen strategy. The key activities and targets for the different hydrogen technologies along the entire value chain for the duration of the partnerships are described in the Strategic Research Innovation Agenda. The main research innovation activities are in the field of hydrogen production with focus on electrolyzer technologies for green hydrogen production. Furthermore, the infrastructure, meaning distribution and storage technologies, as well as technologies for the use for mobile and stationary application were considered. Complemented are these activities by cross-cutting and strategic issues and the hydrogen valley topics. For the whole value chain of hydrogen technology from generation to end use should be implemented in one or more defined European region. Here on this slide you see an overview of the upcoming call. The joint undertaking publishes each year one annual work plan with one call normally in January every year till 2027. The deadline of the call is mostly 3 to 4 months after publication, so means in April or May. So you see it's a short time period to prepare and submit a proposal. The next work plan will be published in the mid of January next year, and the upcoming call covers all the above mentioned thematic areas. I mean, we'll see renewable hydrogen topics, the production of renewable hydrogen via electrolyzers. We will see topics concerning storage and distribution, also hydrogen refilling stations. In the area of hydrogen end use, there are topics concerning waterborne application and building blocks, and for clean heat and power, meaning the stationary applications, topics on fuel cells, turbines, boilers, and burners. This will be complemented by cross-cutting issues and the hydrogen valley topics, small-scale hydrogen valley topic and large-scale hydrogen valley topic. If you do not find a suitable topic, it is also worth looking in Horizon Europe, where you can also find calls for funding on hydrogen-related topics, especially on system area for end-use application, for transport and for industry application in Cluster 5 and in Cluster 4. With this said, I will leave the partnerships, and finally I'd like to say some more words to our organization and service for you. We are working on behalf of the federal government in Germany and are also nominated by the European Commission to provide information and guidance in Horizon Europe Cluster 5. We are working in a network for joint information and advice in the areas of climate, energy, and mobility. And the area of mobility is further divided in the areas of ground-based transport, waterborne transport, and aviation. I would like to recommend you to use our services, visit our website, and subscribe to our newsletter to be up to date of all Cluster 5 specific informations. Our services include individual consultation on project ideas and funding opportunities within Cluster 5. We give information and advice for proposal submission, and we offer, of course, background information on all specific Cluster 5 topics. Furthermore, we support you with your information, events come to you, to your organization, or via online events. And interesting for you, our services are free of charge, and of course we are working confidential as we are working on behalf of the federal government. And last but not least, on this slide I put together some useful links, starting with overarching informations on Horizon Europe, then specific information on Cluster 5, our website, our newsletter, and a template for proposal with comments in German, further links to the European partnerships in general and under Cluster 5, information on European missions, on the new finance model lump sum, and on the whole evaluation procedure. So if you are interested in applying for funding, please use these useful links to get more information, and please feel free to get in touch with us, to ask your questions, and you are of course welcome. Thanks.